Lock though. Oh, bait point it. Who are you? I'm Grinjar Silverhammer. Tell me, did Stennar reach you? Yes, but he died before he could tell me what was happening. Stennar. How'd he die? He perished in a horrible Zeppelin crash. Zeppelin? What is that? It's an airship, a boat that flies, suspended under a large balloon. What? Never heard such a thing. How is this possible? The world has changed greatly since you've been there. No doubt driven, no doubt driven by dwarven ingenuity and technological advances. After Bates' engine, the human began developing machines. So, our folly haunts us once again. If only we had harnessed that boy's ideas, what might have been. Well, that is of no consequence now. If we had made some error in judgment, the Dark Elves could exploit another clan would have. You tell me about what happened. The Dark Elves have been lying in wait, looking for a way to bring some dwarves over to this side. They knew that technology would eventually weaken the wards to the point of failure, but they decided to accelerate the process. They needed a machine to open a rift back up by distorting an already weakened wards. An elf couldn't make a machine to save his life. And then Bates made a steam engine. Exactly. Somehow they convinced King Loghair to banish us. We were shocked, to say at the least, but our king had spoken. And we're told our banishment was to the Isle of Despair, but this is where we ended up. We can only assume that our king knew nothing of their true intent. I don't believe he did. As soon as we arrived here, we were beaten mercilessly and thrown into chains. As we progressed on a gate, Stennar formulated a plan. As soon as the gate had any functionality, we would go through and attempt to warn the other side. We knew that his absence would be noticed and that they would try to stop him. Please go on. He began preparations to disguise himself as a gnome. He starved himself to the point of sickness, and then when the gate was near readiness, he shaved off his beard. Believing that the full responsibility for what he had befallen us, he would do whatever he thought was necessary to make things right. What happened after he went through? He tortured some of the clan and forced us to reveal his plans, but we wouldn't break. We knew they needed to finish the gate, so we had been disabling the gate various ways for months. For all they know, we still had months ahead of us to finish the thing, when we could have been finished months before. And then? They killed half the clan in the last effort to force us to talk. We did not break, and now we're all that's left of our once great clan. I will return to free you when I have killed those responsible. I'll be able to pick this. I'm not sure if I want to use a fate point for this. First snow in 2022? I don't know if it's snowing here for us. I don't believe so. It's warmed up for us, so I'm all stoked about that. Currently 12. That's right. There's a lot of you. I don't want to be in front. Perfect. About 9 with snow here. Better save. They're gonna kill me. All because I decided just to keep running back and forth around it. Alright, yep, I died. Glad I just saved. There you go. Focus on someone else. Perfect. Worked so much better that time. Alright. Oh, there's still another one. Oh, there's 2 more. Alright. And another portal.
Greetings.
Oh.
Long have I waited for your arrival, and finally this moment has come. I am Kurgan, first of the necromancers, voyager in the lands of the dead.
See, not exactly the person I originally expected.
I would think not. Although I know that you've already spoken with Aranax, so you probably know much of my tale. Tell me, what do you think of what has transpired?
I was taken aback, I must admit. Tell me your side of the story.
My life, in the world you call Arcanum, seems so very distant. The memories clouded like those of a child, and a child I was then, probing the darker magics, given glimpses of the truths yet to come.
The council. Were they right about magics? Look at you.
Yes, look at me. And what do you see? A monster? An abomination? You've no idea what I've discovered. You see with eyes tainted by life, and all which that accursed state embodies. My vision is clear because of those magics you hold in disdain. And the Council, it is they I have to thank for it.
But they punished you. Why would you thank them?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magicka who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
I don't understand.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
Stay here and leave our world be.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what is it you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within, and lay there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable, peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great, dead sea, not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead, called to them from this side, pulled them from their silent rest?
Pretty talkative.
Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain. Pain when torn into this wakefulness, this reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos. I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
What do you mean, calm these waters?
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
You're really quite mad, you know.
Am I? It all depends on your point of view. Take yourself, for example. You've been told from the beginning of your adventure that you're the second coming of Nasrudin, the return of the living one. Do you believe it?
Oh, I think it's a bunch of dribble.
As well you should. There are no prophecies. It's just the nature of living things to want to conform their existence to a foreseeable pattern, to attempt to exert control over the chaos that surrounds them. Life by its very nature disallows this. Life is an accident, the result of random chance. Therefore, its nature can be no different.
Get to the point. What does this have to do with your insanity?
There are those who would look at all that has happened to you, and then look at you, and call you a madman for not believing in the prophecy. Your opinion is based on what you have seen, what you know. My perceptions on the nature of life and death are no different.
Perhaps my opinion doesn't threaten the whole creation.
That only bothers you because you see your creation as the natural order of things. I've told you it's only the effect of a meddler, the incoherent scribblings of a child. It's not meant to be.
Well, enough of this. Be happy, Kerrigan. You're finally gonna die.
Very well. I shall send you to that great dead sea, and then you shall know.
Yikes, this guy had some hit points. Will this stun him, I wonder? Oh, wow. That hurt. That hurt immensely. And it poisons. Try to hit other guys. Try it.
Ouch. Be careful, I'm on your side, remember?
Oh my gosh, that guy hurts too. Oh, he really wants after me. Get him, wolf. Or wolf dog. Oh gosh, that hurts so bad when it hits me. It's getting so close. Oh, I need the device, don't I?
The defeat of Lucan and his henchmen, coupled with your freeing of the ghost of Bessie Toon, enabled Shrouded Hills to grow and become a thriving
It tells you your
community
story.
once again. A new silver
completely
vein
forgot
was
about
discovered
this.
in the old Bessie Toon mine, Workers pour into town by the dozens, and within a few years, Shrouded Hills is a bustling boomtown. Such towns often have problems keeping the peace. Shrouded Hills has no such trouble, mainly due to the efforts of their new sheriff, Doc Roberts. Cumbria, under the continued leadership of King Praetor, fell even further into decay. After his death, Durnon crumbled into obscurity, and Cumbria was eventually swallowed by the unified kingdom. Loghaire Thunderstone never returned to his people, and a distraught and confused Ranver assumed leadership over the Wheel clan. Without a strong king, the Dwarven clan splintered, and a bloody war followed. In time, Ranver gathered enough followers to put an end to the conflict, but the Dwarves were never the same again, secluding themselves forever from the outside world. The Bedouin continued to live in the dark fens, fighting here and there with loggers and poachers, but mainly keeping to themselves. They continued to live the primitive lives of nomad hunters, and they never spoke with the elves of Gintara again. Upon returning to Arcanum, Arronax buried his father on the Isle of Thanatos. Later he traveled to the Vendigroth Wastes, and there used his powers and single-handedly raised the city from the ruins it had become. Vendigroth again became a place of awe and wonder. Yet, after all of this, Arcanum is still what it always was, a place of possibility, a place of change. One thing is certain, and that is that nothing at all is ever certain in this place. Who's to say what the future holds for the land we call Arcanum?
Nice. Failed the dwarves, though. I failed the dwarves. All right, there we go. There we go. Got it done. I know there's a few things that I mean, there's so many things you could do differently. I remember we used to be able to get Virgil back, but apparently I didn't do something to get him back, which is fine. I'm happy with Raven. But yeah, I love this game. Love it. I may have to play this again sometime in the future. Do a Magick build, because I've never done it. All right, so our next stream will be on Tuesday night. I don't know if I want it to be Elix or Outer Worlds. Because both of them sound good to me. I know Elix 2 is coming out in March. So I don't know. May put out a survey and just see what people think. And we'll have a plan for Tuesday night. But yeah, we're going to end it here then for the night. Just a little bit early tonight. But we finished it. Thank you, David. Thank you. But I'd just like to thank everybody for spending your time here. I greatly appreciate it. If you did enjoy this, please give me that thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time.